We are going on an adventure together today. I am going to cut my own hair and let y'all see how it turns out. Hi everyone, welcome back to Lining Up Ducks. Again, my name is Rachel. I am married to Scott. We have 4 girls, ages 7, 5, 3, and 2. So today's video is all about one way that our family saves money. So I have always cut my daughter's hair. That saves us roughly $25 to $35 per kid per haircut. I have never cut my own hair. I am going to take my hair down and wash it. I have very straight hair. This is hopefully, if I don't ruin it, going to save our family a good $60 by me cutting my own hair. So this is how long my hair is right now. You cut straight hair wet. So I'm going to go wash my hair and I will be right back.
Once you have your hair clean, part your hair at your natural part or where you most likely wear it every day. Make sure to comb out all of the tangles and snarls. Once you have it brushed out with a brush, swap to a comb to make sure you get all of the small tangles. This is to ensure your haircut is as even as possible.
The next step is to section off my hair into a few sections and tie it off with hair ties. And I want to make sure that back piece that really is the true center of the back of my hair is exactly the same.
Depending on the thickness of your hair is how many sections you will need. I choose to make smaller sections to make sure that each section is as even as possible once it is cut. Next, decide what length you want your hair. I knew I wanted mine about shoulder length, so I was able to do it easily by feel. Place a hair tie at the length you want your final cut to be.
Now don't laugh, our hand mirror broke in our move and I haven't wanted to spend the money to replace it, so I am using the iPad. That is a little longer than I want it, so I'm going to retie it. But you want to make sure, because I am going to layer this, that I leave a little bit of length so I can layer it as well. The next sections.
Once you've got your center section in place and it's at the length that you want, start sectioning your hair in small sections, working out from the back middle towards the front of your hair. Tie off each section with a hair tie at the same level as your first center hair tie to keep your length even. Make sure you test each new section for length before you move on to the next section.
Broke my husband's iPad. Oh, I'm in trouble. It cracked the screen. You pull this one around and match up where the hair tie is. See how my front hair is pulled back a little bit? I think I'm going to split this into 2 so it doesn't end up with the front hair being too long. So my hair ended up being in 8 sections, and I'm going to put another rubber band just underneath each one of these. That way when I cut it, it will be not making a huge mess on the floor. So here is where everything is lining up. Right at my shoulder line, you need really good sharp scissors. These are my sewing scissors, but they're also the ones that I use to cut my kids' hair, and it's always worked great. You want to cut just under that first rubber band. See? my hair. All right, there's the length, and hopefully it is nice and even. I see a couple of tags, but we'll get those when I layer it. It looks like this one is a little long, but I'll get that during layering. Okay, if I wanted just a blunt cut, a straight across, no layering cut, I would stop here. But I do want some layering because I don't particularly like just a blunt cut. I like it to have a little bit more movement to it. So I want to add some layers. When I was layering my hair wet yesterday, I had difficulty finding that spot where the blunt cut ended and the layering should start. I'm going to brush and part my hair exactly down the center. I'll part it in two spots because you want your layering to be even on both sides. I've parted my hair down the center. Now I'm going to part it again an inch behind my ear. So about right there. And we're gonna pull it into a high ponytail. Make sure you don't have any lumps and bumps. Okay, now for the back. So I'm just gonna pull it into a ponytail, a bit higher on my head. Okay, that's one side done. Now for the other. Line up your ponytails so they're in the same place, same distance from your part, same spot on your head. Now, for the layering, comb it straight up, and you'll see about here is the actual cutting line. Okay, now this one. It's hard to see because I have such dark hair, but right about here is the layering point. So you make sure you're in the same spot. Just tip the ends off. Now for the back. This one as well, you can see that this is my original cut line, and this is what's going to get layered. The farther down you cut it, the more dramatic your layering is going to be. Hold a nice straight line and cut right above it. Okay, now for the back. The other one. Up. All right, time to take it down and dry it. So we're checking the layering. Okay, so my shortest is right about here. I could have probably put more layering in it than I did, but seeing as this is my first time, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, let's see what it looks like dry. All right, here we go. I like it. So here's the back. You look and make sure it's even. You don't have any tags hanging down. Nope, looks like the layering got it. After wearing my newly cut hair, I decided I needed a little bit more movement. It felt a little clunky around my shoulders. So when I got home last night, I put a few more layers in it. When I layered my hair the very first time in the video, it only layered the bottom inch of my hair. The only thing I did differently this time is I layered my hair dry. When I put that ponytail on top of my head and I pulled up, you see how the hair starts to fall away? That's where your base is. That's where your bottom is. So I basically, when my hair started falling away, I cut off everything above it, and it ended up being about 3 inches in places and much less, of course, in others. You can see my layers start much higher now. I only had about 1/2 inch before. I also added layers around my face. So all I did was I took my scissors, once I finished my big layers in my ponytails, is I took my scissors and I angled them at what angle that I wanted down. Pulled my hair, decided I wanted my layers to start about right here, and then just snip, 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 all the way down to the base cut. And do the same thing on the other side. These are very, very small scissor snips, and it just tips the ends, and it doesn't make it perfectly even. It's not gonna make it a perfectly straight 45-degree angle, and I don't want that. I want a little bit of variance to it. So that's all I did different, and I like this much better. The beauty of learning how to cut your own hair, number one, is you save the money. I saved $60 for my family by cutting my own hair. And then number two is I was able to go back and change it. I realized I was a little timid the first time I was cutting my layers because I had never done it before. And I was able to take those tools and go back and add more layers. I like it a whole lot better. Definitely going to be cutting my hair from now on. I really like the results today. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back in another video with tips and tricks on how our family saves money. You like Mommy's hair? Mommy's hair?
Please like our video and subscribe to our channel. Please!